Behold, the Mercedes W163 22 years later. This car, let me tell you, it's a beast of a car. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody has said. The beauty about this car, German engineering and design. Actually, it was a combination of design between Germany and United States, specifically in California. And the ultimate sign-off on this design was by Bruno Zacco, an Italian guy with chief of design with Mercedes back in the day. This beauties right here is made in America, for America, by American. And it was a pioneer in a number of ways. Let me tell you more about it. And this car right here was originally made in Alabama, United States, southern United States. And what I like about this car is the fact that as many as critics have bashed this car, it has actually stood the test of time. Let me tell you, look at this thing. 22 years later, look at this paint job. Look at this. I mean, this thing, despite the dents and all that, it's obviously battle wounds from driving this car every day. 300,000 miles later, look at this. 300,000 miles later and 22 years. But back to us. It's made, or it was made, in Alabama. It was a brand new factory. And it was a brand new car, a pioneer, meaning it was a luxury SUV the Mercedes decided to make because they saw a market for it here in America. And it was the first car. Imagine being a new factory, a new car, new employees, and you're trying to make a car. And of course, there's going to be problems, there's going to be flaws, and there's going to be assembly glitches, if you want. Look at the Tesla when it was first introduced. It wasn't exactly perfect, but look at what it is now. It's much sought after, even though I can't stand electric cars, but that's not the point of this vehicle. Understand what Germany was doing, or Mercedes in this case, said, let's make a car for the American people, but instead of making it here in Germany, and then we have to deal with exchange rate, and we have to deal with tariffs, and we have to deal import and export fees, we'll just make the factory in America, since the biggest market is America, and we'll have them make it, and we'll sell it to them. Look at this. I mean, as much as it is made in Alabama, and there's nothing wrong with Alabama, I'd rather have a car made in America for Americans by Americans that puts bread on the American people's table. It stimulates the local economy and creates jobs here in America. I cannot talk bad about that. I really can't. Now, this right here is a beauty of a car, let me tell you. And it's, look at this thing. Look at this thing. This is a 22 years old. Look at these interiors. Look at this. The liner is still intact. Look at this. This thing is amazing. 22. I drive this car every day, 300,000 miles. Look at this. Leather seats. And we'll take it for a ride. I'm going to show you all about it. I've seen some models that this is a delaminated liner. Look at this. This is it's in great shape. In great shape. This car, look at the trunk. It has the quarter windows that open up and creates ventilation if you're trying to create better ventilation in the car. Look at this. Plenty of trunk space. It has a fifth headrest right here, which clips that you can store on the bottom here, and that's where I keep the maintenance manual. It has your 10-disc CD changer right here. Look at this thing. I mean, you got to think that this car was made 22 years ago, and I got to tell you, it is a piece of marvel engineering for its time. Now, mind you, I don't use the CD changer anymore, but look at this thing, man. This thing is a beauty. A 22-year-old car. Look at this. Tell me this car is not. And it's the reliability and the dependability is amazing. Amazing car, an amazing car. In the rear, there is plenty of trunk space. And what I like about this, it also has this cover right here. This is for if you have a cargo and you don't want prying eyes to see, we can't really see it. If you don't want prying eyes to see what's inside of your trunk, I like this thing. I like this thing right here. Both seats fold down, and it gives you ample cargo space in this car. Over 1 million units were made of this car. The designation for this particular model is the W. Let's open the hood so we can look at the engine. This particular model is a W163, and unlike its following models, the W164, the 166, and 167, which ended up being monocoque designed or unibodies. This right here is a body on frame. Although it is a road car, it has off-road capabilities that are rather impressive. But let's look at the under the hood and see what this car is all about. Although this car came with an M112 engine, the most popular power plant used on this platform is the M113 engine, which were made in a number of different designations. This right here is the M113 E50. It's a naturally aspirated, but they made an M113 E43, a 4.3 liter, and they made an M113 E55, a 5.4 liter, for this particular platform. But the nice thing about this very engine, bulletproof. This thing is, wow, they use it on a number of different platforms. They also made a supercharged version of this with a compressor on top that puts out a very reliable, dependable, and conservative horsepower, but it could be boosted to ridiculous numbers. This right here, aluminum block and heads, 90 degrees cross plane, 10-to-1 compression, 5 liter V8. It has a twin spark system. It has a 2 intakes and 1 exhaust on the valves. It has a variable geometry intake with short and long runners. It has 8.5 quarts of oil, good for oil changes every 10,000 miles. But the Mercedes engineering behind it, this engine is so reliable, so dependable, that they use it on the S-Class, the E-Class, the SLK class, the CLK class, all kinds of different platforms. That's how good this engine is. So good that we have made it to 300,000 miles, and it is all original German engineering of amazing capabilities. Right under here, for example, we have an ECU and it has a cooling fan, and this car also has an auxiliary water pump. I don't know if you can see it. It's right here, and it is used to siphon heat out of the engine block when you first start the car to get some heat inside of the cabin, and for a proper uniform cooling once the engine shuts down. I mean, these are the things that Germans do, and it allowed us to be made here in America. But there is more. There is more. The engine is also good for 288 horsepower, and it is 325 foot-pounds of torque, and it could tow up to about 5,000 pounds. Now, I live at a high altitude between 4,000 and 5,000 feet, and at this altitude, at the speed limit anywhere between the 70 and 75, you get about 20 miles to the gallon with this car. Tank capacity is 22 gallons, so you have about a 450-mile range or so. Like I said, this car is a body-on-frame. The gross vehicle weight is a little over 4,800 pounds. It's a hefty car. It's a heavy car. It's actually 4,874. It features double wishbone independent suspension, front and back. This thing drives like a dream for a car that weighs over 4,800 pounds. It has 4 piston calipers, fixed calipers in the front. It has 2 piston calipers in the back. Suspension-wise, it has an adjustable torsion bar in the front with shock, whereas in the rear, it is a shock and spring assembly. I believe it's called a strut. This car is stout. Let me tell you, it is stout. You'll have to forgive me. I had to move to the shade because it was getting warm in the sun. The wheels also, one more thing I want to talk about. They're 275, 55, or 17 on this particular model. And the front and back, they're the same size, whereas the E55 AMG, which is the 5.4 liter naturally aspirated, comes at 285, 50R18 size 18 wheels. But enough of that, enough of specs. I mean, it's a beautiful car. It takes premium gas because of the high compression of the engine. Let's take it for a drive and see how this car feels and how it rides. And here we go. I cannot talk good enough about this car. But the best thing about it, because people have talked so much nonsense about this car, that you can actually pick one of these up for really cheap, and because they made so many of them, you could pick one up for a reasonable price. And like I said, it's a very reliable and dependable car, and like anything else, if you maintain it, it will last you a long time, as I have done. Now, a little caveats I want to show you guys that you need to pay attention to. You'll notice this car does not have a red line, but that's not the point. Temperature sensor of the car, you'll notice it's a little bit above 80 degrees Celsius, If the temperature stays between 80 and 100 degrees Celsius, you're fine, because that is the natural ambient, the natural state, the natural environment in which this car likes to be at. Everything still works on this car, the satellite, and it also has not only a CD player, but it has a cassette player as well, something that obviously is no longer used nowadays. Everything works on this car. The air conditioning is really cool. It blows at 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Everything is original except for the expansion valve, which I changed last summer. And a little piece of information: if you guys are thinking about buying this car, I have a ton of maintenance videos for this vehicle that essentially includes all your basic maintenance to keep this machine going, from oil changes to transmission oil changes, and the differential, brakes, valve covers, spark plugs, and on and on and on and on. This car here is a 5-speed transmission, designated 722.6. This thing, like I said, it's bulletproof. It's all original, and it has, as you can tell, over 300,000 miles. It has 300,190 miles. It rides like a champ. It rides so smooth and so quiet, and obviously much has to do with what kind of tires you have on it and how you take care of the car. You'll notice that there is no rattling in this car. For being a 22-year-old car, nothing rattles. This car is solid. There is no noise of any sorts. I honestly enjoy driving this car very much, and it gives me very little problems outside of your standard maintenance stuff. It doesn't burn any oil. I think only one time, because I was really stepping on it. I think I lost about a half a quart of oil in 10,000 miles, but otherwise every other time that I changed the oil, there was never any oil missing. If I was to complain about something, is the fact that Mercedes has decided to no longer support this platform here. And it's not because for any other reason other than the fact that it is a manufacturing company that made a really good car, and it really doesn't want this car on the road anymore, because it just keeps on going and it keeps on going, and people will drive it until it run it to the ground. I mean, I am a testament of that. For example, one of the things you can no longer find or you can no longer order for this car is there is a spoiler on the top of the moonroof here. It's a deflector, and it's very flimsy the way it was made, but it worked well when you had your moonroof open to deflect the air, because if you don't have that, it will create like a resonant, so to speak, when air comes through the roof. It's useful. It was useful. You cannot get one of those, and they're not even that expensive. But Mercedes decided, we will no longer make that part. Now you can mitigate that by purchasing an aftermarket spoiler that kind of it has an adhesive feature that you can stick on top of the roof of the car to deflect the air, but it's not OEM, and I like OEM stuff. Now another thing that I recently did to this car maintenance wise that I found out afterwards that Mercedes no longer makes is actually the fuel filter. The fuel filter on the Mercedes M113 with the 5-liter, 5.4, probably the 4.3 as well, is Mercedes no longer decides to make the fuel filter, and it's a fuel filter pressure regulator assembly. Now this is a scheduled maintenance item that you replace every 60,000 miles or 5 years, whichever comes first. And Mercedes said, yeah, no, we're not going to provide that anymore. Again, it really breaks my heart, because it's a really good car, and I don't think Mercedes is doing a good job or is doing the people a fair justice by not providing them with components and maintenance items and to keep the car going. I mean, I think it would be good, Mercedes, if you're watching this, I think it would be good if you made parts for this car to support your customers that make a car last a long time, because these people that drive your car are actually ambassadors to your brand. Because when you no longer support those parts and your sole objective is to make a profit and you just sell people cars, that's not necessarily that. People don't like that. I'm gonna let you know right now. You may not know this, but people don't like that because people are not dumb. They can see that if you're making a car just for the sake of selling them a car to make a profit, they're gonna know that. Not to mention the labor cost nowadays is ridiculously expensive. And that's why I'm making videos to show you how to make the maintenance on these vehicles. I just think it's bad marketing. It's bad publicity for you, Mercedes, if you're watching this, to not provide your customers with parts for their vehicles. Anyway, enough said about that. In terms of acceleration, this car is impressive. Hear me out. Look, listen to this thing go. For a heavy car, and we're up to 6,000 RPM. It knows how to get on the freeway, and it is no slouch about it. It'll get up to speed and reach cruising speeds with no effort at all. This despite its weight. I mean, this car, like I said, it's impressive. Now, it does have a button under the gas pedal. Then when you floor it, it downshifts the transmission, and I don't know what it does, but it sucks gas like it's no tomorrow. And you could actually tell that this car is accelerating. But it's an exhilarating car. It's so comfortable. The wife loves it. She loves this car because it sits high up, and it's comfortable. She feels safe in it. It's a heavy car, and she feels comfortable in it. Now, it's not all flowers and roses. There are some downfalls to this car. I'm not exactly sure what the engineers were thinking, but I'm a 5'10" person, and this seat is always back. It's all the way back right now. And if you were any higher than 5'10", you would be uncomfortable. It's not a very comfortable car if you're starting to be 5'10", 5'11", 6 foot tall. Oh yeah, you're starting to feel crammed in this car, and it's not a good feeling, to be honest with you. One of the features that I do like about this car is the autopilot. I think that it's called the cruise control, not autopilot. It's not an airplane, it's a car. Sorry, I'm in the airplane business. The cruise control. This car has literally one lever, and as soon as you reach the speed that you like, you just hit that lever, which is right here above the blinker, and that's it. It's set. You don't have to push a button and then another button to set the cruise control. It's a push button and go. It's really comfortable when it comes to that. I like it. I like it a lot. The four-wheel drive feature of this car, it's an electronic locking mechanism. I don't quite know exactly how it works, but it doesn't have locking hubs, is what I'm getting. It's all-wheel drive all the time, and it does have a low-range button that allows for a gear ratio. I think it's 6.4 to 1. It does it really well in a short gear or low range, climbing rocks, and if you have to go up a steep hill. I mean, again, Mercedes knew this. That's why they went from a body on frame to a unibody design, because they knew that the vast majority of their consumers did not take this car off-road, although it's very much an off-road capable vehicle. It's not a G-Wagon with the triple locking differentials, and it's off-road specific made, and it's a military vehicle. No, it's not that. It's definitely not that. Like I said earlier, it's an off-road car with it's a road-going car with off-road capabilities. It's not an off-road car with road capabilities. It's more road than off-road. But I mean, I tell you, when they made this car, they had comfort in mind. Heated seats, leather seats, heating and air conditioning. I mean, obviously that's standard nowadays, but it's a comfy car. Power windows. It has a traction control on and off button. It's an amazing car. I'm telling you, if you ever have the chance and you have a few $1,000s to spare and you want to get yourself a reliable car, and you want an all-season car that does well in the snow and mud, and it does well in the dry weather condition, comfortable on the freeway, get yourself one of these. I don't care what anybody says. Believe me, I've been driving one for 10 years now, and I put 300, well, I only put 130,000 miles, but it has 300,000 miles. And I gotta tell you, besides the standard maintenance, this car has not let me down. It is bulletproof, it is reliable, it is dependable, like I said, it's an amazing car, and you would do well to get yourself one. If you could put your hands on something like this, that is in it's in well shape, and it has a good paint job. I made all the videos for the maintenance on this car. I'm telling you, it'll last you a really long time. Anyway, my friend, hopefully this video was of help to you, and it provides you with all the necessary information to make a wise decision, because I think it will be a wise decision if you got yourself one of these vehicles right here. Phenomenal in the snow. Ask me how I know. That's because I live in the snow during the winter time. You could pick one of these cars up for cheap, buddy. You could pick one of these up for very, very cheap, and they're a phenomenal car. Hopefully this video was of help to you. Smash that like button, share with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you at the next one, buddy. Take care. Enjoy. Happy Mother's Day.